Welcome to the very first video of Path of Exile 2 Solo Self-Found Hardcore. It's gonna be juicy. First, I want to just say thank you to Excision for sponsoring the series. Link to his channel will be in the description. Anyway, let's play. Creating a new character, Solo Self-Found, and we're gonna choose the Sorceress.
Sorceress, you were banished by your Akala
delicious
for
sorceress.
experimenting with the elements.
Very.
Arrogance has led you here, and arrogance keeps you on those gallows. Speak your piece.
So let's go.
The American fiend is getting away. Stop her.
Okay, the next thing you can choose is whether you want to play with the mouse or with your keyboard. I don't know how the heck people would be able to play with the mouse, so...
They will suffer for this humiliation.
By the first ones! You're alive! I'm glad to see another living soul. The miller went off to warn Clearfell about a strange sickness plaguing our men. I was fixing to go after him, till that bloody thing got to me first. Now, all those who drowned in the flooding, suddenly they ain't so dead no more. I would appreciate it if you could... Reach Clearfell. Find...
Death comes swiftly here. I should keep moving.
I don't know if I should remove my stash completely, since this is actually called part 1.
Do not use anything with the stash.
Yeah. Because I streamed for I don't even know how long, and I built up such a good inventory now that I have a pretty good start, if that makes sense.
Hide where you least expect.
You must just use it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's hard enough, even with it. I think, honestly, your first few characters will be a sacrifice, because, like, not having good damage is gonna be problematic.
Inspiring.
Does that help you farm? The basic is just there.
Yeah, it's just like a little nudge in the right direction. So over here in the starting zone, you would just want to reach level 2, and then you'll go for the boss, since you'll have a 10% damage increase.
No mana! The first step on my chosen path.
Okay, reach level 2. Or this level 1, right? It's level 2.
Still do.
So we're gonna go down this path here, increase our damage by 10%, and then we're gonna go just up to this one right here. We're gonna go to the left of the tab, increasing our spell damage. If you go to the right, you increase your mana regeneration, which is pretty useless for us right now, because we could rather just use a potion. Sorry?
Doesn't it also increase energy shield?
No, that's if you go down the right path. I'm going down the middle left one, and then left. Okay, assume the boss will be up here. Also, if you run over a checkpoint, your HP goes full, your mana goes full, and your flasks also refill.
Their sickness.
They did make it easier.
Well, if they added that, which I know they did, it wasn't there from the start. You could have just pressed B anyway to refill your flasks in base. Would take longer though. So this is the very first boss fight, the tutorial boss pretty much. Is that to teach you that, hey, you can roll. Very slow, but does damage. A lot of damage.
He bore the mark of corruption. I know it.
Well done. Please come inside.
So if the item is blue, which I just picked up there, you have to identify the item first.
There is a small trace of hope.
And you identify them early game with a scroll of wisdom. So you just right click it, put it over it. And then you can see I have a way better mana flask, even though it's a bad quality still, right? But it's good for our level. So we got a headpiece here. We got 2 headpieces. So our main thing is energy shield. Since we're a caster, I would say pretty much all casters will use energy shield. So you want to get as high as possible energy shield as possible. It's just a shield that's going to be right next to your health bar. And whatever it is, just put it on. Plus 11 mana, 19 energy, that's fine.
The name, but I've no fear. This place is something of a hideaway for many of us now, and we could sorely use your skills in these dark times. I'll smith for you what I can, if you're willing to bend your violence toward our defense.
So we got our first uncut skill gem. So this is
Particular dark hour stalking us out in the felling. It moves unseen under the dirt and attacks without warning. We can't leave the walls to find food, and I've been unable to corner and slay the beast myself. Now, if you could channel your violence against this devourer, as Finn calls it, we'd be indebted to you.
So the reward of this will be, we're gonna get a support gem, which I'll show you guys what it is soon. And we can spend, at vendors, this is just called. Accept the quest, and it will walk.
His burden is heavy. He hides it well.
So now we have the uncut skill gem. So if you right click this, it will open up this very big confusing tab. And if you go to all gems, it even becomes more confusing. But normally if you stay in your class, you'll see your main skills that you'll use. So it shows your Flame Wall, Ice Nova, Frost Bomb, and Spark. To be honest, early game we only use Flame Wall, Frost Bomb, and Spark. But late game you will primarily just use Spark with the build we're following. So I'm gonna get Flame Wall here because it's a pretty big buff. So what we'll do is, we'll put this Flame Wall between us.
Ignites enemies when caught in it. Any projectiles that pass through the wall will deal extra fire damage.
So that is pretty much the description of it. So if you right click again on Flame Wall, you have to drag this to your skills tab. And then you have to click on this or click on the place where you want that ability. I want mine on T. So click on T, click on the ability, and then it's there. It's a little confusing and loads to do at the beginning, but it's very easy once you played the game a few times. Or at least played it for a little while.
Welcome, violent stranger.
We do throw you in the deep end.
Yeah.
Shall be your humble provider of useful and diverse objects. That are most definitely not scrounged or stolen. If I don't got it, I can get it. You just let me know.
So Finn is a vendor that makes you gamble. So if you click on buy here,
Lucky.
he would show you no stats on any of the items he's selling. It could be very good or terrible, it depends. It could be overpriced. But I think majority of the time it would be overpriced. But you can gamble gold here if like there's a neck piece that's like very bad or something and you want to get yours. Might be worth it to gamble a bit, but I would recommend against it. You'll get a lot of loot anyway. No need to gamble.
Headstrong and overconfident.
Welcome to the camp of the lost, stranger. We survive, but we do not live.
We can also give you a unique,
I am Una.
Gee.
This began the
if you're lucky.
night Gino took his most loyal men into the Grellwood. After he returned, a madness grew in him. Something happened out there. Please, I beg of you, travel into the forest and begin your search. There must be some clue as to what took place. I fear this land's sickness will only deepen unless we do something.
So if we click buy on her,
Bits and pieces.
you'll see that you can buy flasks, you can buy health or mana flasks, and also ability power stuff, so or just weapons, I would say. So you can buy twigs, you can buy a scepter or wands. With our build, we'll mainly just focus on a wand with damage. And rings and necklaces, I believe, will be pushing towards damage, but your rest of your gear will be going towards energy shield majority of the time. So these are the ones obviously I have right now. Every level the shop resets or refreshes. So it's worth to come back every level to just check if there's something that's worth picking up.
Bye.
And the same with this guy.
She reminds me of one of my sisters.
What have we got?
So this is the guy we talked to before.
Here's what I got.
He's just selling gear and then weapons for physical damage. So if you play monk, you know, or a ranger or a mercenary or a warrior, this will be the main place for you to do shopping. He has 3 tabs and you can pretty much see we can buy anything. So if you want to buy something specific, you can always search here at the bottom. So for me, energy shield is important. So I just type in energy and it will highlight the items that has energy on them. So 22% energy shield, 5 intellect. So this one's great. It gives 17 energy also.
That's a good one.
Go to the chest piece. 24% energy and shield and fire resist. Pretty good chest piece also. And then that's pretty much it. The rest is just like not good, I would say. On your boots, you always want movement speed. So just keep an eye out for movement speed boots. It's the best thing for boots. So at level 1 to 20, I believe. No, 1 to 10. You can get 10% movement speed. At level 10 to 20, you can get 15. At level 20 to 30 is 20%. And then I think it's like at level 50 only, it goes to 25. I think 25 is the max you get on boots.
No, 50.
Is it 30? So there's another one in between.
Wait, which one are you talking about? Sorry?
Movement speed on boots.
Movement speed, yes, 50%.
So this is my stash tab. This is all the stuff I accumulate over time. I'm gonna take uncut supported gems here. We want about 4 maybe. And then I want also skill 1. We don't have skill 1. No. Okay, so over here I can right click on the supported. So pretty much let me just explain how this works. So if I go back to my skills tab, for me it's N. I think I changed the key. But you can see over here, Spark and Flame Wall has these, or also a weapon has these empty slots. So if I right click on a uncut support gem, which is a drop rate for it to happen, you can choose what you want here. So early game on Spark, I would recommend getting Pierce first. Pierce is just so good not to have. You need to have 5 dexterity. So we only have 7. That's what you start with at level 1. You don't get any more dexterity unless there's gear on it or you select an orb for it. But on average, you won't get any dex on this build we're going for. So we're only going to use Pierce. And this is only early game. Late game, we're going to change that to something else. And then right click again on another support gem. We're going to go to all gems at the bottom. And we're going to add Arcane Tempo. So what this will do is it will increase our skill that we put it on. The cast speed will be increased by, or decreased by 25%. So if we create that, it's on my bag. I'm just going to drag it over. And now it's on the ability I wanted. So same thing with Flame Wall. We're gonna right click the support cut, and on Flame Wall we want Fortress. Later we're gonna remove Flame Wall, but that's like only at like Act 3-ish, maybe even later. And we can already also get go to all acceleration. So support skills that have 40% more projectile speed. No. Okay, so we want fast forward. So this one right here. This will go on our frost bomb later. And we're gonna use frost bomb until like Act 3 as well. Our build changed quite a bit once we have 60 spirit. And yeah, I think we're ready to start. I haven't gone through my stash yet to see the gear. I think for now, we should maybe just use gear. Oh, there we go. 10% movement speed. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. With 10% movement speed, 12 mana, 9% increased rarity, 5 intel, and 7 lightning resist. So pretty good stuff. And yeah, we're ready. Let's go. Go do our first stuff here. If you're confused what to do, you can always look at the right. You can always look at the right side of your screen. It shows your where you have to go, what area. Or you could just like follow what I'm doing. So the best way to use Flame Wall is to not use it on the enemy. You just want to use it between you and the enemy you're attacking, because the fire debuff anyway happens once the spark hits them. So just put it in front of you and cast through it. It's pretty much what it comes down to. Okay, that wasn't up, so now we got another uncut skill gem. So right click that. Now we're gonna get Frost Bomb. Right click that again, drag it in, drag the ability we wanted. Right click, fast forward, we want to put on Frost Bomb. It just makes it so that it's very much easy to hit. Obviously everything I'm using, you have a chance for it to drop pretty much anywhere. So like these boots I have on right now, you could get it literally from a random kill here. But the extra movement speed is so nice. Normally what I like to do on hardcore is to just stick to the sides of an area. I'll explain to you now when I open up the map. Stick to the sides of the area. You can see here I'm sticking to the right side. And then I explore all the way around first and then go through the middle. That's normally what I like to do. This way you can get all the experience you can in every zone. So we leveled up again, so we're gonna just take this, increase our spell again by 10%. Insane. Shee. 10% of 5 is not even 1. But that's okay. By the way, the guy that we're talking to on voice is Excision. He sponsored the game.
He sponsored.
Yes.
The game.
Gave me the game.
Sports.
He sponsored the game. Yeah, he's feeling lonely, so I have to help him play the game.
I'm only here to support you with devs.
Yes.
This is it. But I know that only happens in Act 2 and somewhere.
Unless you make a bet on it.
No, it's fine.
Okay, here's our first boss.
Fights Lupo.
So we pretty much just want to keep Frost Bomb on her. And then put Flame Wall around her. So pretty much straightforward, I would say. Just keep attacking. By the way, if you want your movement speed to be faster, don't hold it down, just tap the button. And you'll move twice as fast compared to if you hold it down. You'll also attack slower, but it's okay. So we got the head of the Winter Wolf here. If we open that up, you'll see that it gives us cold resist 10%. And this is a perma buff on our character. We got a Regal Shard, so after you get 10 of them, you get a Regal Orb. Which I think will make a weapon from blue with 2 buffs, right? To yellow with 3, I think.
If it's a magic item, it will make it a rare.
Yeah, okay. And then obviously the best thing to do is, like, I'm not going to loot everything, but I just want to show you guys. If you hover your mouse over the item, it will say there what it is, right? So an item like this, for example, says it has 15 evasion. That means already I'm not going to use it on this character. Maybe later down the line you want to play something that uses evasion, but we use energy shield, so we only pick up stuff that has energy shield. Like, I'm not going to go back right now, but accidentally pressed that button.
You will burn.
I feel like this has to be like a guide on how to play hardcore with... Because, like, it's hard to find. If I search, for example, solo self-found hardcore, Spark build or whatever, like, there's almost nothing. Though I don't...
Hard thing.
Yeah, I don't find a guide or anything, so you guys can just follow this guide along. Especially in Act 1, since I've done it so many times by now.
Disgusting. Everything is wet and vile in Ogan.
And I learned something, like, brand new yesterday. Like a big mistake I made, so...
What is the mistake?
The fire remnants. We'll never take that again. The fire remnants is only good in, like, one area. Maybe 2. Like... Not an area, I would say zones, right? Or maps.
Yeah.
Where the electrocution will be even great on bosses. Okay, the fire... The fire... Is it called fire remnants? What is it called?
But the Raging Spirits.
Raging Spirits, yes. So, Raging Spirits is a buff I'll obviously touch on later and explain it, but... The only thing that it's good at is blocking projectiles for your mage. Or for your sorceress. It's very bad at DPS, sustainability, and also... Yeah, it just does nothing for your character. Other than block projectiles. So people with arrows and throwables and stuff will get face blocked by them. Unless you upgrade them, right? Unless you give them support gems, which I don't even think you do.
But do Raging Spirits?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, exactly. So. You can put meat shield or meat, make them more beefy. You can also make it so that they explode if they die. It does, like, no damage because we're not a witch. But...
That is true.
Like, I think the only thing they're good at is face tanking projectiles. Okay, we found the next boss here. This is going to be a worm. Like, you'll hear a sound when you have to dodge. It's normally like a second or 2 later. The worm is a straightforward boss fight, to be honest. Just keep your frost down as much as you can. He's moving to one side normally. Just make sure your mana is full. And don't be in front of him when he's moving. So when he normally gets here, he's gonna... you heard that noise, right? Shing! That's when you have to roll. So the tail is also pretty scary. Just pretty much just don't be in front of it. The tail moves to the holes here. Okay, boss fight done. We got another skill gem.
This was not a challenge.
Early game you can actually use this as well, which is a scepter. So you can see here it says grand skill, right? So we get a skill for free. Level 2 skeletal warrior minion. So if you put that on your offhand, you don't put it on your main hand. It's a pretty bad main hand. Unless you play a witch. We're not a witch. But unless you play a witch, you put that in your offhand. I open up the portals here. You can just press this button right here. Also to open a portal. And if you click on it, it will take you back to your main camp, I would say, for that act. So just like that, we're back here. We can't identify items yet that we want to sell. So unfortunately, we have to use Scroll of Wisdom. So it's a drop rate, like the drop rate of it is very high. So just pick all of them up, especially early game. So we could just identify the scepter if we wanted to. You can see it increases your spirit by 32%. Could be good late game, but you'll be squishy later, so you don't want it.
These are just some odds and ends of mine.
So opening up the shop again, we have maximum mana increase, mana ring here, with that increases maximum life as well. Later, our damage is gonna come from maximum mana and what's it? Maximum mana, yeah, and intellect. But for now, it's not a good ring because we're gonna get better stuff later. On rings right now, what we're looking for is something like +1 projectiles even, or +1 lightning. That could be very good. And it's the same thing on ones I'm looking for. So plus 13% maximum mana, 11% max mana regen. +1, so you see there's a +1 skill to all chaos spells. And we don't use chaos spells that I know of.
No.
Yeah. Which class use chaos spells though?
Technically, chaos is every damage, by the way.
So is it?
Chaos spells.
Oh.
Maybe it is a witch as well.
So just every level, just come to the shop and see what you can get. Lightning, increased lightning damage, 34%. It gives 12 energy shield as well. So this is like a really good item for us.
Stay safe if you can.
Just want to see my stash if I do have a wand that I can use. Okay, this one is decent, but it requires level 6. So, and if you want to see your level, you open up your character tab. For me, it's C that I press. I don't know if it's a standard key. Hand in your quest.
Finally! Took down the Devourer, did you? Oh, that's incredible! This is the first real success we've had against the darkness. We can breathe a bit easier now, perhaps even go out and gather food. Now, this won't cover our debt to you, not nearly, but take it as thanks.
So after that, you can just click on this and add it to your inventory. I don't know if there's like a faster way to do it. Yeah, you can hold down control and left click it.
Take a look.
So over here you can see there's even like, is it called gem slots? I think. This is an...
Sockets on the thing.
Yeah. Is it just sockets? Is it just called sockets?
Empty rune socket. It's called a socket. Are you talking about the gems? Then it's a socket.
In your skill tree. That's a socket, right?
Skill tree. The socket's just the jewels. So
Yes.
it's called that something else. A node.
A node. She. I'm gonna call them sockets all the time, dude. All of it. This is an absolutely insane weapon if you were playing warrior. It adds 1 to 14 lightning damage to your auto attacks, just by the way. And it has +2 all melee skills. And it has 2 gem slots. Or 2... What did you say?
Which one?
on the item, if you have a slot,
A rune sword.
a rune slot, yes. It has
Armor
2 of
can
them.
have up to 4. Armor can have 2.
Okay, but imagine being level 3 and you get this weapon. This thing would be
Does it have a
busted.
slot in it?
It has 2.
Wait, let me check here. Oh, it's a 200, yes. And then if you vol it one day, then you
Okay,
can
but yeah, you won't vol this. This is way too low level. But like this
that
would,
is a +2 level melee skills. That
Yeah.
thing is already good.
and it has
Melee.
1 to 14 lightning damage. Every auto attack would do extra damage on top of it.
Yeah, yes.
It's insane, that thing.
In the membrane.
Yeah, so again, we just go for energy. Just type in energy and you'll see what we go for. And if you hold down shift, you can see your item compared to the one you're hovering over. So this one is very good. The bad thing here is the 5 strength multiplier. But yeah, we get 24% increased energy shield and armor. So this is okay.
Oh, that'll keep you alive.
24%, 2. Okay. That one's actually better. I shouldn't have bought then.
Deal.
We'll buy this one. So for boots, you look for +10 movement speed. +1, there's a headpiece right here. +1 all minion skills. So if you play a witch, this is the one you'll go for. Because you'll only use minion skills pretty much. So I'm gonna put this in my main hand because we get skeletal warriors. This thing doesn't do anything for us. But mainly for the offhand, I want this thing. Gives us 34% increased lightning damage. So this will make our spark do way more damage, which is insane. I'm just gonna buy these gloves to have a slot in. We get 6 energy shield. We don't use accuracy. We don't use attack speed. We use cast speed on this class.
If you find a find out there, do bring it back.
There's something I wanted you to test, but it's fine.
I'm listening.
Yeah, go back. Go to the door, not the portal. Then Control Alt and click on that name. Control Alt, click on that name.
Control Alt.
Alt and click. There you go. There's how you make a new instance.
No, it's just control.
Oh.
Yeah. And if you wanna,
know or something, unless you got
Yeah.
it right.
so if you wanna do it through the portal, you just control click here also.
Okay.
Yeah, I did Google this, don't worry.
I didn't know
So I
the
wanted
second
to-
one, the one that you did now. I only
Oh.
knew about the door one.
Yeah,
The
you
other one's
can.
easier, obviously.
Yeah, this is so easy, so much easier. Another way you can reset the zone is if you press escape and you say restart a checkpoint.
Oh yes, you said that as well.
But the zone is explored, and if you did a boss, the boss then doesn't respawn. So
The main boss.
no, if you did a boss,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So if you respawn a checkpoint, it's only gonna respawn the ads, not the boss. If you want to reset the boss, you have to use that control TP. Okay, so the next zone we're going to is the Grelwood. Obviously, if you ran around the whole place, which I've done, you could just, go there. And you could also teleport through the checkpoint, which I should have done because it's right next to it, but I didn't. Okay, so we have one passive skill we can actually select again, so we're gonna go into more spell damage. Want to get that damage as high as possible. So again, keeping my eye on the minimap in the top right corner and just staying so that we're exploring the corners first. We're looking for a place called Red something. Here's the hut. This is a boss if you go in here. If you go in here, she's gonna despawn. She's waiting outside now for you. I don't think you have to pick up that items, but I do it.
The mistake will be equipping them, because you will fight that thing outside and have no flask charges.
Yeah, don't equip it though, that's true.
Corrupted or not, your kind deserve no better.
I think I picked up a uncut skill gem too. So hovering over an item, I'll never use this. So you can obviously pick this up and sell it at a vendor. I have 40,000 gold, so I don't need gold at all. And the stuff is gonna not be worth for me selling. But if you're new to hardcore solo self-found, your stash will be empty. I would highly recommend picking up this. And also using a scroll, especially if it's a yellow item. Using a scroll, so you'll get more gold if you sell it. So the uncut skill gem level 2. So if I right click this, I can change my level 1 spark to level 2. It's going to be our main ability, so always try and keep this as high level as possible. Scroll of Wisdoms, just pick up all of them. You can also see we have 2 minions now running with us. They are very useless on our build, but you know, they can be tanking some projectiles. The reason why I run like this is to also farm the most experience. In the zone, we're looking for a few things in particular. We were looking for a giant tree. We're looking for red veil, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, red veil, yes.
Red veil, yeah. And then we're looking for the hut. So we already did the hut though. There's something else we're also looking for. It's a giant tree. Not the boss, but like a tree we need to... So there's the red veil. A tree we need to use needles on later. So something that you might not know, but like as you kill enemies, your HP and your mana flask will refill. So you don't have to be greedy on it. We got a robe here with an energy shield. So we can already check, do we get more from ours or that one? So you can see this one we just picked up has more energy shield already. So we can just identify it. And it does physical thorns damage. So it's like, as you get attacked, you do return damage to the attacker. You don't want that. It's pretty bad. We don't want to tank anything, so... And if you do tank, like, what is 1 damage anyway? If you're a melee class, I would say it's a little bit better, but even then it's not good.
Is it risky?
Yeah, face tanking. Like, you don't want to get hit at all, so... Okay, we just leveled up again. So the best thing to do here is to just go back. So again, you just press in the portal there. And go through the shop again and see if there's anything better. I'm not going to show you guys every time I do this, but we do need a 1 still that's good. And once I do find something, I will obviously show you guys. Nothing. No 1 deer. Okay, so we have a belt here. 30% increased mana recovery from flasks. It's not good. But it's better than having an empty slot. Also, as you progress through the game and play, you get these currencies right here. Orb of Transmutation and Orb of Augmentation. This is giving you +1 and plus, if you already have a +1, it goes to +2. So just right click them. It will show a box where you can use it. So I can use this on the belt. If I click on it, you'll see, ooh, I get fire resist. And now I can use the other one also. Just because like they are very common to come by. So like just getting free stats on anything is worth it in my opinion. Especially the earlier you do it, the better. So we have a this twig offhand. It gives us 10% fire resist. Which in Act 1, I don't know. Is it maybe the Executioner that's fire? I don't know about anyone else that's fire damage as a boss. But yeah, just spam this stuff and get more fire resist. Goodness. Just getting fire resist all over the place, dude.
Oh, that hero.
Evasion, we don't want that. So just sell your inventory. Medium life flask, we'll put this on. Just also keep your flasks updated. If you can't get a giant one, it's better to put on the giant one. Even if you could have a good one right before that, it doesn't matter. Just save them. Just use them.
Famous, eh?
Yeah, I don't think we want to use anything else. I think we're fine for now when it comes to supports. So we could just save this also. Okay, I just want to show you guys over here. If I go to my currency tab, you might not have one. I purchased, well, Excision gave it to me. We did a challenge and he bought it for me, so thank you much. Thank you, man. Link to his channel will be in the description, guys, if you want to check out his channel. He's starting soon to stream on it. And maybe upload, I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah, if you get a 1 mirror, what then? You make videos.
That's a short, then I'm done.
One YouTube short and you're retired. Okay, so Orb of Augmentation, we're just gonna add another skill here. 13% of damage as extra fire damage.
Fuck.
That's pretty good. Gain...
I mean, for you use the firewall, yes.
No. Read what it says. Gain 13% of damage as extra fire damage. It's actually pretty good.
Okay.
That's a 13% damage buff right there.
Moet je open alchemy. Ach, de Regal op. Nou, het is Regal op.
Now it's Regal.
Next to it, yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Come on, baby.
11% cost speed?
Nee, joh. And now exalted.
No.
Now you exalted.
No, exalted? Come on. Come on. 12% mana regeneration.
That's good, most.
It's bad early, but it's like really good later. But it's a level 6 one, so you'll find better stuff. It's not the fantastic one. Obviously, if you want a fantastic one, it needs to be +3 to level all lightning spells or all spells or projectiles. But for now, this is going to be great once we're level 6. So we're definitely going to use that. And once we're level 8, we'll just put a ring on. For this ring is okay. Okay, let's continue on. There's a lot of stuff you have to do every time you level up. You have to go to the shops. Especially if you don't have, like, uniques, I would say. Oh yeah, also when you level up, make sure you open up your skills tab and just go down this tree. If you follow what I'm doing, just click what I click. So we got evasion boots there. I think this is a dead end. Yeah. But yeah, at level 6 we're gonna use that one. That's gonna be great.
You're gonna feel the power.
Yeah, especially the +1 lightning and the cost speed. By the way, if you have +1 lightning, you do take more mana to cost because the ability is more expensive to use. It's stronger. So that's also something to just keep in mind. So that mana regen might actually be pretty good. And there we go, we explored the whole outside. And now we're gonna run in. So, pretty much just running in circles the whole time until we find something. So the Grand Tangle, you definitely want to enter here. And just grab the waypoint. You can't move deeper in, so...
Blocked for now, but I sense more. Fall before me.
So that's all this explored. We're now just looking for the bows, which should be here. We should be very close to it. Just a giant tree.
Oh, an end.
Sorry?
An end. What is it called in Lord of the Rings? The trees?
I am Groot.
Okay, cool.
I don't know.
Okay, cool. Cool, dude. Cool. Just throw Marvel in here. I'm talking about Gandalf. And I get freaking Marvel. Cool, dude.
Whenever the boss slams the floor, just roll sideways. Boss is stunned. And there we go. We got an artifacts orb. Artificier's orb. So this, you can put a gem slot on a weapon that doesn't have a
Rune slot.
rune slot. You can put a rune slot on if they don't have a gem slot.
Okay, cool.
So we have 2 chest pieces here that gives energy shield. So if anything beats 20, which is 2 of them, we could just identify it. Cold resist, maximum energy shield plus 10, and 7 resist. So our energy shield should be lower with this. It isn't, so we're gonna use this one. We got a new chest piece. It's because at this moment, flat damage, flat stats increase is better than percentage based. Like later percentage will be better than flat. Especially the more you stack of that. So now we're still looking for the tree, but next to the tree is the waypoint of the zone. There we go, there's the waypoint. Now we just summon Una and talk to her.
Abundance of energy.
You don't have to talk to her, but it's dialogue.
This shade, is it still alive? Perhaps it can give us the answers we seek. Only the Count's sword has the power to bind souls to the tree like this. We must free it somehow. To release that being from the Tree of Souls, we'll need more than simply cutting his rope. The ancient runes that imbue the Count's blade created the binding, and only ancient runes can break it. There is a battlefield not far from here that runs red with rust, where the weapons and armor of countless Ezamites still remain. We call it the Red Veil. You should search the area. There may still be power in some of those centuries-old relics. Renly will know how to forge them, bring the runes to him, and then, perhaps, we shall find some answers. I'll wait here. The old magics will protect me.
So right now we just have to run all the way to the Red Veil. Which is, if you open up your mini-map, you'll actually see it. Also, by the way, I didn't know about this, but you can move this around with your arrows. So if you want to move your map around, you can do that. I didn't know about it.
Yes, because the map is like everywhere.
Yeah. Some zones is way bigger than I expected.
I thought the Ezomites buried their dead. This must have been some battleground.
So in this zone, I feel like you'll be represented with some poison. Like, I think it's the first time you'll find enemies that can do poison. Also, that woman we killed at the hut, after we grab the chest that spawns, and they, like, she always gives you flasks. I think if you fight her, I think her augments that spawn on her is always different. So, like, mine did frost, but you could find someone that maybe does fire damage. I think it's always random on what ability she has. If you're heavily into crafting, you can actually pick up something that has like a good starting stat. Like this helmet has energy shield for us. And I can always craft and make it better. For me, it's normally the safer route to only pick up pick up yellow items. Rare. Because it's a little bit easier to... I would say a little cheaper to not craft. But yeah, later we will have to craft in order to get strong.
The dead seem to rise in every direction. No matter.
Since we did level up, it's better to again choose your ability instantly and then go back to hometown and check out the shops. If I find something good, I'll show you. I can use the one, dude. Let's go, baby. Now we're never gonna have mana issues. For now. Okay, we can actually use this. We lose like 6 energy shield, but we are gonna get 7% to rarity items found.
A fine choice.
I feel like the rarity find thing is pretty good, especially on new characters. I for some reason find a lot of uniques, so it's pretty good to have it on. This is huge, holy. 48 energy shield, plus 13 maximum energy shield, and 7 intellect. Sure, that is a big one. So you can see at the bottom here, we're 82 right now.
That's a good one.
And then we go to 92, so we get 10 extra energy shield right there. Always worth to get as tanky as possible as well.
Next time.
Yes?
And just double check always for rings and amulets on her as well. It's very expensive, so if you're new to hardcore, it might be a little bit too expensive at the beginning. But it's definitely worth picking up as soon as you can. Let us continue on.
So how did they get that? What is that? 2,000 shields, or was it more that we saw? Like the numbers was high, the energy shield.
At endgame.
Big it's in game.
The guy that I watched for this build is 6. Is it 6,000? Energy shield? Yeah. It's because of your talent tree. You go a bit into energy shield.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So this is our quest here. We just have to activate 3 of these. So the first 2 will just spawn a wave of ads.
Bound to this place.
So it'll just be a wave of ads, and then the third one will actually be a boss fight. Evasion. Evasion is the tankiness for stuff like monks and any dex build will use evasion. And your actual highest damage is not dex, it's accuracy. So plus accuracy equals damage. That's also something I didn't know. You just see like we are absolutely smashing at the moment. Lesser mana flask. I feel like it's normally not worth trying to like upgrade that. If it's lesser, just try and get greater, right? Only pick up that. Like there is a difference in it, but like at this low level, it doesn't really matter too much, honestly. So blue is magic. Blue is magic and yellow is rare when it comes to the enemies we just faced there. So we just faced the rare enemy because his name was Blue. We are the thing. Just keep in mind, this is the third one. And we leveled up right before the boss, so... it's worth to go check out the shop again. Every level it changes. Okay, so the third one right here. Let's do the boss fight. So cast our ring. Cast our stun. Pretty much look at the arrows there. Just dodge that. Dodge that if you can. I unfortunately rolled into the statue there. So he got him stunned. And summoned enemies again. Also, we're using a filter to change the colors. So your colors might not look like this, by the way. But yeah. So we have a medium mana flask. So we want to identify this. And you can see we're getting 70 mana. This other one gives 71. Recovery. 23% of recovery applied instantly. Increased charges. So this one right off the bat is just better. Just because it recovers a big chunk of your mana instantly. We have a fur plate here. It requires strength. I can show you guys what to do with this as well. You will not have it unlocked unless you have another character already. So we're done with the zone. So I'm going to just press back here. It's going to be a lot of like jumping back and forth now. Just keep in mind that this is part of the story and has to be done. So talk to Renly.
Spikes, but be cautious. They stayed warm after forging no matter how many times I quenched them. I would ask what you need these for, but I'm putting my trust in you.
So obviously just take the item. Go to the salvage bench. And if we destroy this chest piece right here, we're gonna get material. And if you get 10 of them, you can actually put a gem slot. Rune slot. On the piece you want to use. So if I put this in, it should go to my currency tab. So it's 8 out of 10 now. Once it reaches 10, it will go to this right here. And we can just right click this and put some slots on items we want. So just a dumb example, I can put it on the boots here. And then I can look for the stone runes, which you guys also might not have. And just check which one I want to actually apply. So you can see it gives 2. So the top one is leech to physical damage as mana. So this is if you have mana issues, you can actually get some mana while attacking. And the one at the bottom gives you 20 plus 20 maximum mana, which is, it's pretty good. So I'm going to just click on this, left click. Don't right click, it doesn't do anything. And then you just click it on this item you want to apply it to. The problem with this is once you put a rune into a rune slot, it can never be removed again. So don't just put something in just to have something. Just make sure that it is something you're gonna use. Okay, so we're gonna click on waypoint here, and now we're gonna go back to the big tree, which is this one right here, Grellwood. And then we're just gonna use these 3 nails we got and hit the tree with it.
Good. Now the others.
Let's see what power the old clans wield.
So this is, again, you can see his name is Blue. If the name is Blue, it's a magic enemy, right?
Yes.
He's unconscious, but he's breathing. Though, this wound. We should take him back to Clearfell. He may be the only one who knows what truly happened out here.
Okay, so we need to go back to base again. To camp. So just use your portal. It's faster than using the waypoint. And then we just have to talk to her. She's sitting here now.
The wound. It should be fatal, but somehow he clings to life. I fear it will not be long until his song ends. He will never heal while the Count's binding still holds sway. Only by a Count's hand can this binding be released. I know an old tale. One that speaks of a ring we might be able to recover, buried 3 centuries ago in our ancient graveyard. A Count's signet ring, bearing his rune of authority. But how to reach it in time? Grim Tangle. The overgrown sinkholes and gullies that run beneath Ogham can lead you there. The path is dangerous, but go back to the Grellwood, find the entrance. We shall see if the spirits of this land still have the will to see you through. Bye.
Okay, now we go to Grellwood. Not Grellwood, sorry. Click on waypoint again. And we're going to Grim Tangle. That's why I went in to get the TP points, so we could just do it like this. And teleport on the only one you can, obviously. And spawn Una. And they're just gonna sing a beautiful song to us.
If the Fae spirits are still watching, I believe they will help us. Please, wait a moment. The old magic still thrive. The way is open. Please, hurry.
A tale woman of melody. Impressive.
Okay, we have a skill point again, so this time we're gonna go to the right side here. We're gonna grab the 3% attack speed. Because this will be a flat 3% increase in your damage, pretty much. Your DPS will just increase by 3%. Apparently the maps remain the same, but the orientation is different.
Yes. So it feels different.
So for me, I'm starting in the Uno's top right. You might be starting in the bottom left. In your run. So the map should be 100% the same, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Some of these enemies, if you kill them, they explode and just leave like a trail of poison on the floor. Later, it's going to be chaos damage from blood.
It's called bleeding.
Yeah. Close enough.
That's why I use that immune to bleeding charm.
Ah.
Or poison, like you said.
Yeah. Well, at high level, I see the people in our build, they use immune to stun. Which is a charm I also have.
Or the slow one. I hate being slowed in a game.
Yeah. So normally when I'm leveling in hardcore, I prefer 100%ing the map. It's not always the case because I feel extremely strong right now. If you are, however, in a new zone and you are underleveled, you will gain so much more XP. So just clearing the next zone could mean that you'll be back on par with where you're supposed to be in experience. So we have no health regen. Here's the boss.
This was once a man.
This boss is a little bit tricky to explain because this ability is using here. Just keep moving. And when he's doing this, don't be inside the circle. This, when he slams his feet, there's gonna be these things that spawn the whole time. And where they come out, there's gonna be a poison bomb on top of it, so just don't get hit by that. He's holding his wand up, so just keep moving. This boss, I feel like, is just very good to have movement speed. We got him stunned. By the way, if you're in that circle, you won't die. You'll just get spawned in here. And there we go, we got Exalted Orb.
We'll take you now, druid.
Augment a rare with a new random modifier. So that is already what I did on... Yeah, it's what I did on the wand. So pretty much the boss is just dodge, or like keep moving when he's having his wand like pointed at you. You will die if you get hit by that, so just keep that in mind. Okay, then we're just looking for the next exit out of the zone. You want to do that boss, just, you know, like, if you want to skip that boss, you can. It's not mandatory, it doesn't do anything to the story, whether you skip or do it. If you can see over here, I have a hammer, but there's a dot next to it. That means it has a rune slot. And like I said before, you can actually go break these items and get material to make your own item. Give it a rune slot yourself. And then we're entering the Cemetery of Eternals. Quickly, help me. Help my family.
Quickly! My family has been abducted! That bastard tyrant
As a dog.
Draven! He's taken my family hostage! They're being held somewhere beyond these gates. I never thought he would stoop this low. I sent for reinforcements, but it's been so long. I must get through the gate. The keys! Where are the blasted keys? I believe those cowards took them.
This man has known
Well,
respect in his
don't
life,
just
but
stand
now
there.
he is
Get
simply
over it.
lost.
Okay, so we're looking for two areas, and here's the first one. This is Draven's Addictum. This is a pretty hard fight, in my opinion. He's very mobile, more mobile than you think. These enemies right here, they will return damage, so what you have to do is just stand against them. Because if they auto-attack you, they're not holding their shield up. So just stand against them and attack. Around this level, you should have enough energy shield already to just face tank the auto-attack. So inside this place and the other one, there's... No, this one doesn't have the secret room. I think it's the next one. But yeah, this place is an absolute maze. Do I have a level 3? Yes. Okay, we can upgrade our spark to level 3. Like once we level up, I'll go make all my abilities level 3. Okay, level up. Instantly going back. I know we like just... I don't know. For me, on hardcore especially, I feel like the shop is mandatory. But you guys might not have money at this point of the game.
Hello. Finn makes fun of my collection, but I think it's charming.
So on a wand, we're pretty much just looking for +1 to our ability, which is lightning, projectile. Lightning is obviously better. Or spell. That's the 2 ones you really want. But you can also get projectiles, which is not that bad. I had one projectile wand once. And then on the offhand, later down the line, we're going to use a shield. But for now, we could just increase our damage. So this twig is actually pretty good. 34% to lightning. Damage is pretty high this early. Yeah, there's nothing worth buying here. Alrighty then, so I'm gonna go here to this tab. I'm just gonna type in 2. I'm gonna get... No, we should be 3 right now. I'm just gonna take a few out here. And then a few out here. And we're gonna just make our items or our abilities. We're gonna upgrade all of them to level 3. And we also want to learn this ability called Orb of Storms. So Orb of Storms, as you use it early, let's see.
Chains lightning to nearby enemies. Any lightning spell cast within the ring will cause additional arcs to shoot out.
So you can see there what they just said. So you want to put the Orb of Storms on yourself because it's going to... Every time you use an electricity ability inside Orb of Storms, it will do an additional spark damage. So it's a buff you put on yourself, pretty much. I always thought it's you throw it on the enemies, but it's not like that. So you throw it on yourself, and then it's gonna do additional sparks as you throw your stuff out. So then we're gonna use the Uncut Supporter Gem. And inside this, we're gonna get a few buffs. So we're gonna search for the word mana. Okay, so we search for the word conduction here. Once you're in all gems at the bottom, search conduction. So we're gonna use this. Supported skills have 100% more chance to shock. We're gonna right click this, put it on our Orbs of Storms. Oh, I can't. I need dexterity. So I don't know if we should drop Pierce for now. Pierce is so good though. Pierce is so good. Man. So we need a little bit of dex in our build so that we can actually use this. Unfortunately.
What have we got?
So let's see. If I search dex here, it will show stuff that gives plus dexterity. So there's a shield with plus dex. We have a headpiece with plus dex as well. We don't use attack speed. Accuracy we don't use. So we can actually just put this on. It gives us 3 more energy shield as well. Oh, it's gloves. Okay, so now we have enough dex to put that on. So right click this and put it in. So there we go, we have enough dex. Everything now should be rank 3. So Spark, Orb of Storms, Frost Bomb, and Flame Wall. So we are pretty much as strong as we could be. We'll just put away our gems again. And our currencies. And that's done.
Hello. These are just... I will treasure it.
Okay, continuing on. Just gonna head back. We also have a skill point we can use. And this is gonna be your big attack speed. So we have 6% increased attack speed, which is Gucci. Also, don't forget to put your Orb of Storms in your bar at the bottom. Yeah, now that I use the Orb of Storms on myself, it just seems so much better. Have you tried it now?
Not yet, not yet. I'm
Not
still trying to
yet.
take level 40 and then I'll swap around.
No. The Orb of Storms buff itself. The ability itself.
Like when I go back to town when I'm 40, I'm gonna go through the support gems to do that stuff.
It's not a support gem.
Okay, what is it?
It's
Just
on...
need-
read the ability or click on it. Then it show you what it does. If you put it on an enemy, it does electric damage. If you put it under your feet... Yeah. If you put it under your feet and use an electric spell, it does an additional sparks.
Okay.
So I feel like at least this level that I'm at right now, you might be more of a melee caster. That makes sense. Because you want to be inside of it as well. And you can use it as damages already. But I feel like this already is better than Flamo. It's kind of insane. Putting it on yourself. Okay, here's the boss room. Let's do it.
Now, your soul will join my steeple of death.
You will burn.
Spirits online! My beloved Assyria! To the Empire! At your request.
So just dodge the circles. The boss is very, how do I say this? Very visually confusing.
Why are you saying that?
Because it does, his abilities is like huge. So he does a line, you'll hear the noise, shing, and he will just point in a line. You just have to run sideways from it. If you can, the better option would be is to go the other side of the boss. He has something that will one-shot you, that wave that he did that has an arc that shoots out of him. If you are in melee range of him, he will one-shot you if you don't have enough health. I think how the code works is all the arcs hit you if the melee hit you, which is a ton of damage. So, in my opinion, the best thing to do on this boss is to stay your distance. If you're playing melee, you just have to make sure that you don't get hit by that arc ability.
Okay.
The frontal is like very easy to dodge. You just run sideways. And then every now and then he's gonna spawn his wife as well. Which is we're gonna fight now once we find her. And the wife will obviously spawn the husband every now and then. So Sapphire Charm, this is stuff you put in your belt. So if you have any belt, you'll always have one slot open. Later down the line, you can get more slots if you're lucky enough. Just keep an eye out for that. So we have to identify this first. You can see here, when you take cold damage from a hit, this thing will be used, and it will increase 27% increase charges, so it will just proc more often, I guess. You can also use Orb of, not Augmentation, the other one, to get an extra line into it, which will help it just give more stats. It's not something you can use like flasks, it will use it once you get hit by it. So pretty much the best thing in my opinion to do is to just look what your lowest resistance is and then just use that. So we got a Storm Rune there. To check your resistances, just press C on your keyboard. And I can see, for example, my Fire is 41, my Cold is 10, my Chaos is 0, and Lightning is 7. So Chaos, I think, is not worth having defenses up right now for it. Because I think after you finish the storyline, majority of the enemies will have chaos damage, if I am correct. I don't know about that. Haven't really done endgame content yet, so. At this moment, we're doing really, really good damage. Apparently, there's something you can do here, but it's not figured out yet, or at least the people I play with hasn't figured out it yet. Let's see here. So we have a 30 mana ring. I think on rings you can also get +1 electricity. Am I right?
Say again?
On rings, you can get +1 electricity. +1 skills
I'm
to...
lagging my side, so you are like a robot to me. I heard something about a ring and something max.
Yeah, so I think on rings you can get +1 electricity. Right? Or is it only the necklace? The amulet. Hello? Maybe he's busy disconnecting, I'm not too sure. Maybe his internet's dropping or something. But you can see, like, we're doing insane DPS, actually. Hey, we found it. Okay, so this is the place that has the...
Tolerated where I am from.
That,
Deal with her.
that has the secret room. Inside the secret room, there's only like, I don't know, 50 gold. So if you're desperate for gold, you can maybe do that. Per plate requires 10 strength. For argument's sake, I just want to check. So our DPS now is 53. This doesn't increase DPS. I see we have another talent we can take, so we take the cost speed plus 3% here. So now we're pretty much max call speed for now. These enemies, they just respawn some extra zombies, I guess. Bring them life. Checkpoint, so that's where the boss is. This boss, in my opinion, is a lot easier than Draven. I think Draven is way harder. So this is like a very easy boss compared. She does way less damage as well.
Let me teach you the power of the Eternals, Marakat.
I can't do that yet.
I need you.
So just dodge Draven here. And whenever she's teleporting, or when she's using this ability, just go outside of that circle. Regal Orb. Pretty nice.
Deeds belong forgotten.
We got a yellow belt, bro. Nice. But it's already weaker. It's already weaker than my current belt. My current belt has 30% flask. Where this one only has 23, but let's see. 29 maximum life. 7% increased flask life recovery rate. Plus 9 fire resistance. Plus 4 life regeneration per second. The 4 regen, I think, is a high roll. Yeah, look at that. Regen per second is from 1 to 4. And we rolled a 4. So the life regen is the only thing that's worth it. And the fire resist is also pretty good, so... So now I have a few options what you want to do here. Do you want to farm the level? You can see we're 80%-ish through the level. Or do you want to just go for the boss? It's all up to you. Decide. This boss coming up, I feel like, is one of the harder bosses in Act 1. Depending on the class you play. I think if you play any range, the boss is not bad. Just keep your distance and just dodge. Because the boss has a lot of ranged abilities as well. Might actually be better to be in melee form, I'm not sure. So in my opinion, it's better to farm. Just farm your level. And if you do need to respawn the enemies, just press escape and click on respawn at checkpoint. That means all bosses, all enemies will respawn. Bosses will not respawn, however. But all the enemies will respawn. And if you're lucky enough, or unlucky enough, depending on if you're weak or strong, there'll be some rares and magic enemies also. But yeah, we want to make our way to this waypoint here, so... But yeah, I'm way strong, so like I'll be able to kill this boss fairly easy. Unless I get one shot. Because we still have a twig that we use that is damage. And it would be better to have a shield, or at least something that gives you defenses. On hardcore, if I'm not mistaken, the only form of damage you want is gonna be from your weapon. And maybe a ring or necklace. But So yeah, Excision, you're back.
No,
I was asking a question, but I think you disconnected or something.
I did. You
Can
know,
can you get a +1 or plus skill on your necklace? Not on your necklace, sorry, on your ring. I know you can get on your necklace.
I can check for you.
Because if you can, then that would be the best rings to get, right?
So you're saying spells?
+1 spells, electricity. Well, if it's +1 anything, normally you can get anything. Not for hit pieces. I think you can only get minions for hit pieces. Are you numb in the head? There's much to do. What the heck? Okay, we leveled up again, so we're just gonna check out the shops. I'll see you in a second. By the way, so you can see over here it says +1 level of all physical spells. If you are playing a witch and you have minions that you spawn, this is actually pretty good. Because that is a physical spell. It's a spell you cast and the minions is going to do physical damage. So this is only for a witch. I don't think anyone else would use it from my understanding. Okay, so I got an item here. Look at this thing, man. It's pretty insane. 44 energy shield, plus 26% energy, increased energy shield, plus 6 int. 7 cold resist and 2.8 health regen. Pretty much everything is useful. So the double sockets is actually pretty insane.
That's a good one.
Very good one. And the item itself is yellow, so it's pretty cool.
Till next time.
You gonna help your level?
Yeah, for sure. Let's see here. We want this one. So 2% leeches 2% of physical damage as mana. But we're not doing physical damage. So it's useless, right? So we could get it... Because I saw the unnamed when he was putting in a gem slot for one of my runes. One of my... What's it called? Uniques that he bought me. He put in this socket called Storm Rune. So it adds 1 to 20 lightning damage.
Yes.
Is that helping Spark?
I do not know. It's supposed to.
Whatever, let's just do it.
You need to test it. Just don't die.
I'll put in both, it's fine.
Hello.
And then we'll sell this. Sell this belt.
Wait, what runes did you put in the thing?
I've put in Storm Rune.
Okay.
Adds 1 to 20 lightning damage. That's all it says. And then give you lightning resist. We can also upgrade this. Let's just see. 5 int. 15 accuracy. So we can just throw that thing away now.
Just some odds. Another for my collection. Thank you.
No problem, girl. Now show me them nips. Okay, so now we can do the boss fight.
Do my eyes again deceive me? You have the keys. You showed those eternal bastards. Use the keys to open the gate. Let's go and free my family.
We again have a skill point. Okay, so right now we're just gonna keep on going to the right here. And we're gonna grab this. 30% of your maximum, increase 30% of your maximum energy shield and plus 10 intellect. So we're gonna grab this so we can go from 90 to 118. That's pretty good stuff.
At last, it's open. Praise the first ones.
So you need to be close for this boss to do his thing.
Graves! Isabel!
Once you start, just move away.
Callum! The family of Count Lachlan of Ogham. My family! This doesn't make any sense. They're dead. Those bastard Eternals! I must make them pay! I must make them suffer!
Doing the line thing now. Just pretty much to stay away from those boss. So he's like doing the floor thing again. You have to dodge the second one. That's the slow. It's very hard to see it though. The slow. It's coming out of the floor.
Rejoin your king, lost one. I will remember you.
So we have the Count Lashan's ring. Let's grab this. Got iron crowns. So obviously both of them require strength. We got the Warden bow. Obviously we're not using bows, so just grab the chance shard. I don't know what it does, but just grab it anyway. And now we're off to Haunting Grounds. By the way, guys, in real time for me now, it is New Year's.
These plains,
So I don't know if you guys can hear crackers, but there's crackers I'm hearing right now. So, from the bottom of my heart, guys, hopefully this will be a great year for us all. Last year was the, well, 2022 was the worst year of my life, and I'll always say that. Maybe it might change when my parents die or something, but... yeah, Happy New Year! Hopefully this is going to be a good one, guys. Hopefully. So we're coming to the ritual here. Obviously depends on where you spawn, where the ritual will be. So once you click on it, there's going to be a lot of enemies that spawn. So just do yourself a favor and run to a corner and just spam your ability. There we go. Summon Finn.
Now see, I used to frequent the clanless enclave that makes its home high in the trees near here. The locals call it Freythorn. A little while back, a group of strangers arrived out of the deep woods. They made altars like this and started whispering to the others about their religion. That was when I decided to move on. And judging by the size of this one, things have gotten worse. A lot worse. Something's wrong, hero. Something's definitely off. I thought I was imagining the whispers in the shadows at night up there. Thought I was just spooked by the cultists that had moved in. But maybe not. Though it is full of scoundrels, I was mildly fond of a fair few of them. Care to pay them a visit and see how they're doing?
So right here we're gonna get a Grimbloom Skull. Which is going to give us 30 Spirit. And Spirit is actually insanely strong. Pretty much on everything you play. It becomes more valuable the later in the game, but it's pretty good stuff. You can see their grants plus 30 maximum Spirit. And the left one, I think it's just a shop. You get some money, currency that you can spend there. It's nothing special, to be honest. We talk to Finn again.
So, I was right to be worried. They're still making these damned altars. And this one's bigger. Something's wrong, hero. Something's definitely off. I thought I was imagining the whispers in the shadows at night up there. Thought I was just spooked by the cultists, but maybe not. Please, check in on the Enclave. I'm gonna get while the getting's good.
Okay, we're just gonna keep looking for the entrance and the other boss. Whoa. Bro. Kill stuff now over the wall. That's crazy. Look at that. That's crazy, dude. Didn't even know we can do stuff like this. Oh, that's a dead end. Kind of looks scary there for a minute. We should look down here also. There might be enemies that we need. Okay, we found the next place we need to go to, Freythorn. Okay, I think the boss we're looking for is gonna be in the top left corner. You could just say top from here. No. We got a lightning bolt staff. %15% extra damage as a lightning damage. +2 on lightning spells, 8 int and mana regeneration, right? So let's see our DPS. 55. 53. So not good enough. Hey, we can use level 4s now. It's like the last place this boss can be at, dude. There we go. Found him. Okay, this boss is... Okay, we have a skill point and we actually had back here. So grab this. I don't know if we can back. Yeah, we can't. So we'll have to do it after the boss fight. This boss is kind of scary, to be honest. It's hitting pretty hard.
I will release you of your pain. Get back here, creature.
You can keep damaging him, by the way. Something I also didn't know. Obviously just dodge the battle if he swings. Another Regal Orb.
Spreads like wildfire. No creature is safe.
And we have our first book here. So if you right-click this book, it's going to give you 2 passive skill points. And we're going to go to the right here. So increase lightning damage. And then we're going to take the one right above it. Increase lightning damage again. But you also get a chance to shock 30%. And we'll apply it. Let's just have a look here. Requires strength. Requires dex. Raise shield. Could be good. Plus 11 strength. Increase armor and energy shield. We want a shield with block chance on it. Okay, we're done with the zone. Grab the checkpoint and we're gonna go to Fraythorn. So this is the next area we go to. Then I quickly want to go back as well. I want to see if we can get new items. I'll tell you if we do. I actually have a hand in quest here. Oh yeah, we're gonna respawn this guy.
The ring. This will most certainly break the Count's binding. Give me a moment. I don't know how to ask this of you, but I was forced to leave behind something of great importance to me when I fled. My lute. It was carved by my mother when she first taught me to sing. It's in my family home in the farmlands. If you happen to travel near those ways, it would mean the world to me if you could look for it.
So we're gonna get another book here, so that's another +2 skills, which is insane.
Please, take your time.
How long has it been? I was hunted. The Count, he stole something that is beyond dangerous. It will cause sickness, then madness. It can still be contained. We must put the seed back.
This shade is more than he seems.
Is that the source of Ogham's affliction?
Yes. Please, find it. I am still too weak. This will only grow worse.
So if we are to heal this land, we must find this seed. Beyond our clan graves is the hunting grounds. Cut through those to reach the village. Please, go as quickly as you can and see what you can find. I fear there is not much time.
Okay, so the Hooded Man has like pretty cool stuff. We can identify items, we can refund passes. So you can...
To legend.
you can remove spells here if you want and put it on a different path, which is pretty cool. The other thing is if you click on identify items here, it would just use like a Sword of Wisdom. You don't use it from your inventory. It would just like make the identify the item. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so we're gonna just head back. I think it took a little long, so we lost our tracking. We want to go to Freythorn, but yeah, I can't TP there. So I'll catch you guys in Freythorn. Just don't take as long as me. Sorry, I went to the bathroom and stuff, so I'll catch you in Freythorn. Okay, we are in Freythorn. We can talk still, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. It's just internet issues. I don't want to sound like a robot.
No, you don't sound like a robot on my side.
Okay.
Even until the point you said your internet disconnected, I still heard that. Perfectly fine.
That's good. It's a good way to start the year, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly what I told Excision, dude. This is how you guys start the year. Not a good feeling.
No, definitely not. I was like, yeah, it's midnight. I watched some programs until now, and so yeah, and I'm going to come on for a few hours just to play some games, and I was like, oh, well, fuck you, gotta do that.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you click on... You do 3 totems here, and I think the 4th one will be the boss, but it's not like a random totem, it's a specific totem that's the boss line. Okay, summon Finnegan, just hear what he has to say.
I can't believe it. The whole bloody place has gone mad. Cursed cultists. Please, hero, find the other altars and dispose of them. Put an end to this. I'm gonna check around here for any sane survivors.
Okay, again, we leveled up here, so we're gonna just select our talent. We're gonna go up in this tree. So we just grab this, 8% elemental damage. So we gotta look for all these statues. It's like 3 of them, I think. And then the 4th one will be the boss. This looks like the boss one. It's not. The boss one will have like a black smoke surrounding it, if you can't click it yet. Okay, that was a little bit tough. But now that we're gonna get our 30 spirit, we'll be able to get a gem also, that we can choose what we want to do with the spirit. And I always chose the wrong one for this character. But now I have a little bit more experience on this class. Always is a good idea to farm. This is the boss one, the white outfit, I think. Nope, it's still not a boss. Nice. So found all 3. All right. Scroll of Wisdom. We don't need that anymore. Since we have a guy that can identify our items now. Now we're just looking for the boss room. Nice, another regal orb. Great for mana flask. So we already have one. Yeah, ours is fine. Ooh. We got a juicy, unique. But that's for warriors. It's identified.
Ancient power.
Yeah, I had this hit on one of my characters actually. Oh no. Energy, I got 74% increased armor and energy shield. The one I died with had 90% or 95% or something high. This one only has 74, so this is not worth to put on even. An exalt, nice.
Garukan favors me.
No idea where this room is we're looking for. Dead end. So it has to be in the bottom left. Finding all the dens now, like we did yesterday.
Fun times.
Yeah. Nope, this is also a den. So it must be in the middle end? Could be up there. I don't think so. Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, here it is. Dude, we level up so fast.
The shadows here undulate with raw power.
I can't press back because we are in boss room. So I'm just gonna head back, obviously check out the shops. Let's just spend our skill point first. So we go up here, intel. And then we're gonna go up and to the right.
Side of the slaughter, you take a pun. You know why then.
Yes.
But I'll let you know if there's anything good. Because we found something good. Focus here. 15 energy shields gives a little bit more than one we have. We're gonna lose 10% fire resist, but at least we're gonna have 10% increased cast speed, which is absolutely huge. Might even be worth using a regal orb on it. I'm gonna do it. 32. Oh my goodness, this thing is absolutely ridiculous, dude. 31% spell damage, 32% increased lightning damage, and 10% cast speed. Well, rip. Someone died at level 88 in chat.
Aw.
I should not have been playing while being drunk, so he said. Shee. Poor guy, bro.
Poor guy.
I'm gonna use an exalt also on it.
You can use a few exalts on it if you wanted to. You can do 3 exalts.
Cold resist. Okay, that's a sign of not using more.
What resist?
Cold.
No, that's fine. It's nothing wrong with it.
Hello?
How many exalts do you have?
Not bad.
Let's have a look. Only one more.
Exalt it again, bro.
Okay. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, 100%.
Critical spell damage. No.
Huh?
This one was increased critical spell damage bonus.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. Because I'm actually planning to eventually go to the tree. I don't know where it is. It's here somewhere. We go for the crit build. It's here somewhere. Somewhere close in this vicinity. I don't know where. Yeah, eventually I'll get there. This thing is absolutely huge. I think we're gonna use it for a while. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 really good ones. Percentage obviously could be higher, but it's okay. Let's go for boss. So if we click here, it's gonna be ads again spawning first. So the boss has a big slam. This boss is 2 phases, by the way. And if you're immune to bleed, you can actually stay in the red orb. So red, we should stop. So get to a safe spot, don't move. Otherwise you'll get stunned. And if it's purple, you can feel free to move then. Not feel free, you have to move. So if he does that, he spawns an orb above your head. Just move sideways. Where the orb lands, it's gonna be purple spores there for red, so just stop moving. Boss got stunned. and easy.
It is better this way.
So on your head, if it's red, stop moving. That's the easiest thing to remember. If it's purple, you need to keep moving. If you fail the task, you will get stunned for about 4 seconds. Actually, a pretty long stun. Okay, so if you click on this, we have a ritual reward. You pay tribute remaining. Like, I don't know what the heck that is anyway. But if there's anything good here, pretty much just take it. Nothing good for our build, so I'm gonna just leave it be. And there we go. Now we have this thing right here. If you right click the skull, you'll gain 30 maximum spirit. And then after that, you'll have an orb also, or a gem, uncut spirit gem. So if you right click this, normally I took always raging spirits. What this does is every time you cast your firewall, you will spawn 5 of these little minions that will come out of it. But the good thing about them is they're really strong early, but they're terrible later. So what I normally did with them was I would just tank projectiles. So like someone using a bow that's shooting at me, they would just tank that hit, right? But the best thing to take here is called mana remnants. And I didn't know this at first because it doesn't say it efficiently. But each remnant grants 35 mana. Spawn a remnant after you do a critical hit. Then there will be these little orbs. If you pick them up, you will then get mana. It's quite a big chance, or a big possibility. A 25% chance to spawn remnant on killing a shocked enemy. Now, I didn't know about this, but if you use this as your buff, you will also be stunning the enemy. So, it is pretty insane. Highly recommend taking this. And just never ever take the armor, I would say. So get mana remnants in as quickly as possible. So once you put it in, always make sure you right click this. And if you don't know if it is active, it will always show in the top left corner the active buff you have. So yeah, that's gonna be part 1. It's gonna TP back to base, and we'll continue on part 2 from here. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.